Nottinghamshire's formidable start to the season continues with an emphatic victory over Sussex, thanks to 17 wickets on day 2. A magnificent unbeaten double century by Ricky Vessels put Notts in a commanding position at Trent Bridge on day 1. Their total of 447 looked even better when they reduced Sussex to 11 for 3. The visitors desperately needed a good start on day 2, but definitely didn't get it. Delray Rawlins caught behind off Pattinson's 4th ball of the day. And the Australian soon had his 4th wicket of the innings. Laurie Evans brilliantly caught by Samit Patel, and Sussex were 35 for 5. Van Zyl provided the first real resistance of the day before he was caught down the leg side off ball for 28. Then it was up to Sussex's senior pair to steady the sinking ship, and for a while Luke Wright and Ben Brown did just that. But Nott's second change paceman responded, ball sending Wright stumped cartwheeling for 34. And soon after, Luke Fletcher trapped Brown LBW. With little to lose, Jofra Archer underlined his obvious talent with a series of boundaries. But when he fell for 40 off 29 balls, Sussex's end was nigh. Sure enough, Patel removed last man Steve McGoffin to give Notts a lead of some 292 runs. Sussex all out for 155, and surely facing the follow-on after lunch. Pattinson the pick of the Notts bowlers with 4 wickets. After dismissing Sussex in just 37.5 overs first time around, Notts bowlers were certainly fresh enough to go again, especially Stuart Broad, overshadowed by Pattinson in the first innings, but striking first here, Harry Finch gone for a duck to Broad's 4th delivery. He soon struck again. Rawlins snapped up by Greg Smith at slip for another duck. And Sussex still needed 282 to avoid an innings defeat. Chris Nash set about making inroads on that big deficit, with Van Zyl lending useful support. Sussex's first 50 partnership of the match at least slowed Notts' progress, but James Pattinson's return to the attack did the trick for the home side. Van Zyl caught behind for 21, and Laurie Evans soon followed LBW for a duck, dismissed by the Aussie for the second time in the day. Nash reached his 50, but was then out LBW to the last ball before tea to Pattinson, and Notts needed 5 wickets in the final session to seal their 3rd win of the season. For the second time in the day, Sussex's hopes rested with Wright and Brown. Their partnership reached 59 and raised the prospect of the match needing a 3rd day when Brown fell to Fletcher with the deficit an even 150. And when Wright was removed for 34 by the same bowler, Stuart Broad taking the catch, a 2-day finish was favourite once again. And Fletcher was in a particular hurry to get the job done. His 3rd wicket in a row saw Whittingham edge behind to Reed. Sussex still needed 121 more to make Notts bat again. As he did in the first innings, Archer put some of his more established teammates to shame. A series of impressive boundaries from the 22-year-old before he lost Barton, bowled by Broad for 5, and Notts were almost there. Despite an injury, last man McGoffin came into bat, only for Archer's brave resistance to come to an end, caught by ball off Patel for 47, to leave Sussex 204 all out. They'd lost 17 wickets in the day, Pattinson ending his brief stint with Notts in some style. An innings and 88 runs the victory margin, Notts' 3rd straight win of the season, and the most emphatic one yet, a 2nd straight defeat for Sussex.